In-depth sports coverage from The Athletic is now just £1 a month with an introductory offer. See the link in the description to sign up. The diamond formation, or 4-3-1-2, has significant benefits for certain teams. Its finest exponents, Carlo Ancelotti's AC Milan and Chelsea sides, and Brendan Rodgers' 2013-14 Liverpool team, and even Louis van Gaal's 94-95 Ajax side, showed that the diamond can afford significant control of central areas and produce football that benefits from having a number of central playmakers. The diamond is most usually seen in its 4-3-1-2 version, but it's worth quickly sketching out two other variants. AJAX'S 94-95 side used a diamond with a deep playmaker and a pressing, goal-scoring 10, but maintained their width by unusually playing two wingers either side of one central striker. Jorge Sampaoli's Chile team, who were hugely exciting at the 2014 World Cup, also played with a diamond, with width coming in part from the wingbacks, Mauricio Isla and Jean Bossager, but also from playing two wingers as centre-forwards. Alexis Sanchez and Eduardo Vargas were genuine wide attackers who would start wide and then cut in field, while Arturo Vidal was the late-arriving central attacking midfielder, contributing goals and pressing, much like Bergkamp or Litmanen for Van Gaal's Ajax. Now, these variants aside, the standard diamond sees two central attackers who may drift wide but are essentially there to attack the box, two shuttling midfielders, and width and attack coming largely from the fullbacks. The strikers may move wide or stay central, but generally one will drift ball side while the other stays central, if either move wide. The shuttlers have to do a huge amount of work getting forwards into the channels to support the fullbacks or covering across in defence. The advanced and deep midfielder fulfill different roles. Sometimes both are playmakers, as with Andrea Pirlo and Rui Costa or Kaká at Milan. Sometimes the 10 is a playmaker and the deeper midfielder sits and screens as a pure defensive anchor. Or the 10 role presses, hassles and tries to arrive late in the box, while creativity comes from deep. The benefits of the diamond are central superiority and the ability to create from various parts of the pitch. From fullback, from the central shuttlers moving wide, or from one or two creative players in the spine of the team. And the weakness is in the enormous amount of work required by fullbacks and the two flanking midfielders, as well as the enormous tactical discipline required to make the system work. The formation is probably at its best counter-attacking. While Van Gaal's Ajax dominated possession, they were very much an oddity. In general, the formation allows teams to contract and flood central areas in defence, and then expand and counter-attack at pace, especially if the side is blessed with dominant fullbacks and a strong deep-lying playmaker or athletic, industrious central midfielders who can get the ball towards the 10. So, given that Manchester United now have Paul Pogba and Donny van de Beek, does it not make sense to shift to a formation that gets both talents into the side? After all, many managers who have shifted to a diamond have done so to accommodate central attacking talents. And United have used a diamond under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer before. In the 61 league games he's overseen so far, starting with Cardiff in December 2018, Solskjaer has used a diamond formation, according to FBref.com, 9 times, but on a points per game basis, there is a negligible difference. But there are two strong reasons to consider a diamond. Van de Beek is a runner who can get into channels and do damage from a flanking role and has the athleticism and positional intelligence to flourish. Pogba played the role at Juventus and excelled. In Marcus Rashford and Anthony Martial, United have two forwards used to operating in wide areas who could attack the channels at pace and who have already done this for United successfully, especially when set up to counter-attack. But there are flaws too. Bruno Fernandes is not a dynamic presser. That's why Jesse Lingard was largely used when Solskjaer deployed the diamond before Fernandes arrived, for his pressing and positional intelligence as much as his creativity. Nemanja Matic is a clever reader of the game, but is he quick enough to play the holding role in such a demanding system, especially if Pogba and Van de Beek are being used to get forwards? When Solskjaer played a diamond previously, Luke Shaw and Ashley Young were the fullbacks on all but one occasion, when Aaron Wan-Bissaka played right back. Shaw would tend to tuck in more, while Young offered width and attack on the right, creating a lopsided effect. But neither fullback pushed that high. United's width was largely as a result of the attacking midfielder and forwards roaming across. Now this works fine when United are counter-attacking and looked to expose the opposition fullbacks by attacking the channels between them and the centre-backs or the space in behind, but what about teams who sit deep and defend? Well, United's worst results with the Diamond came against lesser sides like Cardiff City, Huddersfield, or against teams who sat off like Everton at Goodison Park or Chelsea at Old Trafford in April 2019. Against teams who sit deep, United need to impose themselves, to stretch the opposition defence by getting players forwards and having a plan of attack. This is arguably Solskjaer's weakest facet as a coach anyway, but it's why the Diamond works well against stronger sides looking to push on, because United can rely on the pace and creativity of Rashford and Martial and the passing of Pogba. But lacking high-quality attacking fullbacks, United would struggle to take the game to sides in a low block, content to shut them out and offer little in the way of space behind the defensive line. So United can play with a diamond, and at times probably will. Tactics and systems are tweaked on a game-by-game basis, and Solskjaer has shown an awareness of this flexibility. There may well be matches where Van der Beek, Matic and Pogba all start in a diamond, but it's not the quick fix United need for every scenario. The Athletic is in-depth sports coverage that helps fans see the game from every angle. And Tifo is delighted to be able to offer full access to The Athletic now for just £1 per month. See the link in the description for details of this introductory offer. For football fans, that's access to the writing of journalists dedicated to your team, plus David Ornstein, Phil Hay, Daniel Taylor and many more. Not to mention over 400 full-time writers offering inside access and independent analysis of every team that you follow across every league that you care about. Get local expertise and unmatched league-wide perspective. The Athletic's writers are in the bubble, on the field and behind the scenes as it all happens. Catch up, go deep and join the conversation on the most important happenings in sports.